Here he is walking in the most guarded place in the USA, namely in the White House, and already here he is in a hidden library under the Vatican.
They hate coming to these places because there's no food in this place. It's nothing but garbage and poison.
Charlie Kirk came to Candace Owens in a dream and told her that he was betrayed?
Hey, Segovia, back with another one. Hope everyone out there's having a good day, y'all. Happy Friday. It's a beautiful Friday evening for you guys. I got a heck of a banger coming up for you. Candace Owens, Charlie Kirk coming to her dream saying they set me up. 2027 time travelers, Bigfoot, Ant-Man. We got it all in today's video, y'all. So let's have some fun today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Charlie Kirk came to Candace Owens in a dream and told her that he was betrayed? And that's not even the craziest part. This first.
Like I just said, had a vivid dream this weekend, and Charlie came to me and he told me that he was betrayed. And so for me, you don't have to believe that, but I do believe that. And it was the immediate sense I got, actually. And I don't know who exactly it is that betrayed him, but I also felt in the dream that it is soon going to be revealed, that it's actually inevitable that it is going to be revealed, that there is nothing and no one that is going to stop the truth from coming out, and it is going to have international consequences. Take that to the bank. Quote me on that.
You heard that, right? International consequences. I don't know exactly what's going on right now, but Earth is about to get a lot crazier. Now, right before I show you the craziest part, completely unrelated, I want to show you this clip.
One more thing rather explosively. 3 people told me off record. 2 people who have this in a written communication from Charlie. One who was a Turning Point USA donor, and I would say very much one of the white knights in this. The very day before Charlie Kirk died, he expressed that he thought he was going to be killed. He told these people, I think they're going to kill me.
Going to be unalived? And what people? Now, completely irrelevant, not related to the story at all, just thought it was cool and wanted to show you guys. Yesterday, she had mentioned to us that Josh Hammer was one of the people in that group we got text from. And again, this is completely unrelated. Look at this tweet he replied to from Trump from years ago. What time is it over there? Cushion. Again, not related to Charlie at all. This is one day before he passed away. Now, back to the topic of Charlie. Josh Hammer, who again was name dropped, has not tweeted in 19 hours. And generally is posting all day, every day. I wonder why he is so quiet.
Yeah, you're good. Let me whisper a secret. Don't tell mommy what I told you. You got it?
Mm-hmm. I'm recording.
Oh, you're recording. I better film me.
So Myron asked Candace, who does she believe wanted Charlie gone? And check out what she said.
Who do you think is the most responsible? Why would they want him gone?
I think Charlie was not allowed to be anything but a Christian Zionist. And he was changing in the last few weeks. When I look at the timeline that I put together, some weird stuff, this Egyptian plane that was started tracking him everything began ratcheting up after Tucker Carlson hit the stage. And
in July.
Mm-hmm,
oh yeah, I was there for that. Yeah.
Yeah. That
pissed them off.
That was a something.
Yeah.
So I think Charlie was done, as Megan showed the video. He was telling Tucker to go max. All of the things that they lied about, we've now proven. And why were they lying about it? That's why this is the thing. Why lie if you have nothing to cover up? That's my common sense here. You only lie because you have something to cover up. No matter what the lie is, you only lie because there's something that you're hiding. So if they had all come out right when Charlie died, if Seth Dillon, who pressed Charlie in the Hamptons, was like, oh my gosh, my biggest regret is the last time I saw Charlie, I was being such a jerk about the Israel. They were so stupid. And this is a reminder that you never know when you're going to see somebody last. It would have been like, oh, okay, nothing to see here. It was like a full court press effort to lie about everything. Josh Hammer, he never blinked on Israel. He was on the text message chain where Charlie said 48 hours before he died that he was done with the pro-Israel cause. Why lie? That's my question. And I don't like the silence from Turning Point employees. I know for a fact one of them, I'm not going to name, has a text message from Charlie the day before he died saying they are going to kill me.
Wow.
Now, he was not referring to the trans lobby when he wrote that message.
Yeah.
So why not present, if you are his friend and you're interested in the truth, why wouldn't you tell the public that? Wouldn't you just come right out to the public and say, hey, I don't know what happened, but like Charlie thought they were going to kill him. I do not like the way Turning Point is behaving. I've made that clear, and nobody is going to emotionally manipulate me and tell me that it's all good now, and to attack Turning Point would be to attack his legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie told me years ago that he had, which I shared the messages, he was having a ton of visions and was telling me that Turning Point was going to be the death of him. He knew he was going to die young, and strangely knew that I was going to be the only person to defend him. Right. I showed the messages.
Yeah.
I showed the messages.
They tried to say it was fake and you pulled it up and
So it's, we're here. We're here now. And I'm going to defend him. I'm going to figure out what happened.
Charlie telling Candace that he knew he was going to die, getting visions and dreams, was prophecy. And him also saying that she was going to be defending him is prophecy. It's literally happening right now. I mean, love or hate Candace, either one. What she's doing is trying to look into further what happened to her best friend. She's investigating more and more. Whether it's guesses, whether it's facts, it's all investigation for her to figure out what happened more and more to her best friend. And here's the way I look at it. If this happened to my best friend, and what was put in the public was clearly not true, I would be investigating too. That's how I look at it.
Pay attention.
You can quit building the wall.
Listen to what he about to say.
Did you hear about that? You know why? Why is that? So whoever's over here, they're gonna try to go back.
They're gonna try to come back to Mexico.
To Mexico. Getting ready for a collapse.
A collapse?
On the dollar. So they think that a lot of people's gonna start trying to go back? Yeah. So now
this coming from the wall.
Hold everybody back.
Coming from Mexico. So basically what he just told us was that they're paying them so Americans can't leave when it collapses. That's very interesting. And the dollar is collapsing. That was one of those things that make you scratch your head and make you say,
what type of book is that?
Can't say too much.
I love some evil shit.
Some shit in that. Just saying.
Bro, try to say got like a fucking...
Don't leak. Don't leak.
Not leaking. It's some weird shit though. Like there's some evil demonic shit. Bro. What is it?
Hey, bro. Just chill. They'll see it eventually.
Alright, you show me on the side.
I'll tell you off stream.
Okay, pause. Because something is really off about this. Nobody is talking about this book. Aiden's friend spots this instantly and tells the camera, don't leak it. Why? What kind of book is so bad that you can't even show the cover of it for a split second? But let's come back to that. Because have people forgotten what these streamers have actually admitted to? Lacey publicly admitted that he's been to a red room, watched my top video. Aiden on stream literally told everyone he sold his soul. So if that's the level that they're dabbling in, what does that say about the book that is sat in his room? Let me know your thoughts and comments down below.
I'm forever here to expose these streamers, y'all, because Hollywood's demonic realm is now on YouTube, is now on streaming, and they're having all these celebrities on their streams. I am here always to expose these streamers, y'all. So we don't forget, we know why you're having 10,000 people in your stream.
Here from supposedly the happiest place on earth. And that's why you need to listen up. Something weird is happening at Disney, and y'all cannot ignore this. 5 people have died at the World Disney Resort within a month. And the latest one that happened, it happened at the Saratoga Spring Resort on November 8th. People are saying that's a quiet resort, and you would never expect something like that to happen, let alone at Disney, because like they said, it's the happiest place on earth. Nobody's saying Disney is not safe, but when the same theme park keep having incidents happen within a short time period, people gonna start asking questions, and rightfully so, because it's a little weird. It's becoming a little weird. Once, twice, maybe, but 5? It's crazy how life works. Some people say they unalived themselves. Maybe they did, but why go to a happy place to do that? It's weird. Or if it's natural, just imagine you go to a place where you vacation at with your family, make memories, have fun, and then that's the last place you ever was alive. Y'all let me know.
I'm in the grocery store, and I actually hate coming to these places because there's no food in this place. It's nothing but garbage and poison and junk, and they wonder why we're sick. They don't wonder why we're sick. They know why we're sick. You wonder why we're sick. All you eat is poison. Look at the ingredients in this. I can make this myself at home with about 4 ingredients, and we do it all the time. I have to show you guys a video of it. Poison, you know. I remember, you know, I used to put these in my kids' lunch. I thought I was doing good. I thought, you know, Quaker Oats. Actually, Quaker, I don't even feed my kids Quaker anymore. Quaker was involved in an experiment where they fed radioactive oats to orphan children and melanated children and black children. That's exactly what Quaker did. So it's important that you do your research. I hate even coming in the grocery store. I only walk down this aisle so I can show you guys the poison and toxic. And it's not food, it's poison, and it's why we're sick.
You know, I just saw a thing. It was on YouTube this morning, right? And they were having an interview. It was like ABC or something, like Good Morning America or something. The rise of colon cancer, and they were saying it may be linked. Keyword they were saying may be linked to ultra processed foods, and they're asking her what is ultra processed food, and they're like, well, if you can't pronounce an ingredient in the ingredient list, it's most likely ultra processed food. It may be that, we're not sure. And they're like naming off foods like it's this, you know, ice cream, snacks, anything packet. Just say everything. Like I was just like, I was watching it like baffled, like just say everything, everything in your grocery store. 98% of everything in your grocery store is ultra processed. Even the things that say protein, even the things that say keto, even the things that say, you know, whatever, anything down those aisles. Like I wish they would just come out and say it, like and tell us like everything you're feeding your 5-year-old, everything you're feeding your teenager, everything you're feeding yourself is why colon cancer is on the rise. But they didn't. They beat around the bush and they kept saying it may be linked.
Can you tell me what kind of testing was done on the skull to authenticate it?
It's been examined in San Francisco for 6 years.
And what did they find?
They found that no tool has ever touched it. And
No tool has ever touched it?
No tool. It's all hand done. They rubbed it down with hot sand and different herbs. And it took 5 generations to rub down. But it had to be the same
Aykroyd was talking about.
family from 5 generations, religious.
5 religious generations of family.
Yes.
Their whole function was to make this skull?
All done by hand.
Yes. And rubbed by sand and by herbs?
By sand and herbs. Hot sand.
About how many years would you say?
150 years to rub down.
Continuously.
To get it perfect.
But the information that the ability to make this skull was known by the Mayans and not by the ancient astronauts?
Yes, I would believe an astronaut has a lot to do with it, but Maya and Inca, which are more astronaut.
Could you explain that a little bit more? Could you just give me a little more detail about what you mean by the astronaut and the...
Well, we know that people have come to this earth before we have.
Mm-hmm.
And they were definitely astronauts, weren't they? This is my belief, and this is the Maya belief.
I see.
The stories about little people are frightening because what they do to man, they're cannibals. They eat humans.
And you said you saw one.
Yeah, on the Peralta Trail. We were camping out there outside the Don's camp.
Arizona's so
and
crazy,
there's a couple
y'all.
of nice
I
little
love my
trails that
state.
go in towards the interior. And this is 10 o'clock at night. And we're walking with lanterns and we hear some noise in the brush. We all turned around just in time to see this little thing with little legs running into the brush. And then we hear something else over here. And all of a sudden, my girlfriend and her son and kids were getting scared. They took off ahead of me. I'm standing here. I kept walking backwards because I kept seeing that. But then I started hearing them. It sounded like they were communicating amongst each other. That's when I was able to realize there was at least 3 of them. Because I would hear one going tick, 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 and then the other one. So I'm scared because now I know there's more than one of these things. So after I backed up enough, I actually took off back. Like I said, I ran back to my travel trailer. I grabbed my gun. And then I told them we're not going outside the store for the rest of the night.
I'm going to show you guys a video of this interview with an Amazonian chief where they show him a picture of a gray alien, and immediately he recognizes it and says, yes, I know this ant. An ant, and I'm gonna explain why that's significant with another video.
Yoshibo.
Isso aqui?
Sim.
Mancunawabu.
Mancunawabu.
Sério?
Mancunawabu. Mancunawabu é que mora debaixo da terra.
É, eu falei, esse aí.
Que se virou formiga hoje, que nós chamamos Una, que é uma formiga grande, chama-se Mancunawabu.
Que essa formiga também é perigosa, né, Boina?
Yeah, and it's a picture of a gray that they
It's very dangerous.
showed them, and they say it's an ant, and in their language it's una, right? And in Hopi, the word for ant is anu, right? And they have a connection to these ant people that live underground, and here's a video explaining that.
According to Hopi tradition, the Grand Canyon isn't just a canyon, it's a portal, a gateway to the underworld. They call it Sipapuni, the place where the first people emerged after a great cataclysm. The Hopi believe that humanity was destroyed and reborn not once, but 3 times, each time saved by mysterious underground beings known as the Ant People. These Ant People weren't insects. They were described as small, pale-skinned humanoids with large eyes, who lived in vast subterranean cities beneath the earth. They sheltered the Hopi during times of fire and flood, fed them, and taught them survival, and possibly more. In some versions of the myth, the Sky People, described as gods who descended in flying shields, guided the Hopi to the Ant People and then returned to the stars.
So what it sounds like is the grays that people are seeing may be these ant people from the middle of the earth, and this could possibly even be the little people, that these are just little ants that are humanoid like us, pale skin, big eyes, long hair. Sometimes it depends on which area you're talking to, which group. So Hopi is, for their word for ant friends, is Anunnaki. Now, the Sumerians have the Anunnaki creation story of these giants that came from the stars named the Anunnaki, and they made man from clay, just like how our story is over here. And I have a feeling that the two are connected. Very, there's a lot of evidence to connect these two. But isn't that cool that Amazonian tribe, they knew of this ant when they showed a gray? And yeah, but here's some pictures of some grays, and I could definitely see it being related to an ant. Maybe the grays are insectoids, or the Anunnaki are insectoids. So Nyawe for listening, and give my video a repost. Thanks.
So this is the one that we've been waiting for, so let's get right into it. This is about the Horizon City monster.
Now, when I first moved to where I'm at now, I was in Horizon City. So seeing this, I was like, what the heck? I didn't read the comments, and everyone was like, I never heard of this. So I haven't watched it. This is my first time. Hopefully it's not a troll, but let's see what it's about.
Or Horizon City Bigfoot. This is in reference to the Horizon City Bigfoot. Digging deep and looking through the internet, and of course using the Freedom of Information Act, I was able to find some declassified files for a project called Canyon Wolf. Project Canyon Wolf was started in the late 60s and ran through the 70s. Some of its background is about describing anthropoid entities in the El Paso area near Horizon City. Officially categorized as local folklore, cryptid phenomena, the incidents correlate with a series of unauthorized field tests conducted under the Desert Adaptation and Hybridization Initiative, or the DAHI. Chasing the paper trail, it appears that private donors affiliated with the El Paso Chamber of Commerce, along with other donors and 2 contractors from DARPA affiliations. The goal of the DAHI was to engineer a biological unit capable of surviving in arid combat zones without external resupply, or a self-sustaining soldier. The experiments were successful, and Homo Beastalis, or the beast, a hybrid primate genome with experimental regenerative coding, was created. The long and short of it, El Paso City created its monster in order to attract tourists. These species were purposely placed in the desert, and because of their specialized adaptation, were able to thrive. Through controlled sightings released between 1972 and 1983, those behind the beast were able to cultivate local legend and normalize public perception. One of the sightings was in 1975 at the Horizon City Golf Course. the one that went on to become legend. But what was unexpected was the genetic mutation that occurred, the Dogman variant. It resulted in altered craniofacial elongation of these desert apes. Along with other bodily deformities, this hyper-aggressive monster was addicted to hunting. It was carnivorous and it formed packs. First, the livestock was attacked, and then the bodies began to appear. Because of this, there were containment efforts between 1983 and 1992, which resulted in partial success. There were 5 confirmed kills and 9 unaccounted specimens. As of 2024, partial populations remain active across remote Texas sectors, including Big Bend, Palo Duro Canyon, and the Trans-Pecos regions. Most B-class entities remain docile and serve as regional folklore attractors, but the C-class variants, or the Dogmen, remain uncontained, and there's estimated that 12 to 17 individuals exist. Whenever something of the sort pops up, local law enforcement briefings continue under the Wildlife Misidentification Protocol, directing officers to classify incidents as feral dog attacks or unauthorized animal imports. The commentary off a field agent in his reports stated, "They told us it was about evolution, making a man who could live off the land, but they made something else, something that watches, something that learns. And when I see those eyes in the desert, I know we lost control a long time ago." If you want further information, please visit my Substack. The link is in the profile. And of course, these declassified papers are also included there. And don't forget to close your windows and lock your doors tonight.
Now, I don't know, but when I moved out here, um, when I would go somewhere at night, when I'd, go in my backyard just to, you know, look at the sky or something, I felt a presence. It was an eerie presence. It wasn't a good presence. Like, it was like someone's gonna grab you or someone's watching you, like not a good spirit. When I moved out on that side of town, now where I'm at now, I don't know if I got used to it, just being out here, right? You get used to the environment, you get used to the vibes, you just hear it every day. I don't feel it no more, but I know when I moved out there, when I would go for a drive to get something to eat at night or whatever, there is a presence out there, y'all. There is a presence on that side of town that, I didn't like. It was a creepy presence.
Excelsior.
There we go. I don't know why that one didn't. Let's see, what are we at? 24. Let's put that card in right there. Let's make a note.
Yeah,
Jay-Z
I don't know how they know this, but they're telling us that trillions of gallons of water will fall across California next week. I don't know how they know this, y'all, but do y'all see this over here? What is going on here? And then the skies of California are already looking apocalyptic. In a kind of good way, though. Check this out over here. Check this out over here, y'all. Look
at dope
this.
Rainbow.
Y'all ever seen it this vivid? Look at this new color. It looks like there's a new color, like a teal on the outside of this purple. Can y'all see that? You can see it on this side too. Look. It's like a teal. What? Take a look at this one over here, y'all. People were seeing it all over the skies of California. Y'all, it literally looks like another world out there. Look how dark and gray this part of the sky is. And look what's up there. These double rainbows are something new, aren't they, family? Like, this is something that we have never seen before. It looks like something is intersecting. You guys know about that binary star that they be telling us about? It looks like something is intersecting with our sun. It's the Lord of the Rings up there. Saturn is the Lord of the Rings. And again, how do they know about these trillion gallons of water? So California, all I would say is, hold on, y'all, man. The shift is here, man. They've been warning people about getting out of California for quite some time now, y'all. But this right here, let me know that in the comments below what you think. The shift is here. Let's get it, y'all. Peace out.
Y'all telling me Phoenix, Arizona, a place that's mostly desert, that gets up to 125 degrees, look like this? Y'all, this is from a hailstorm.
November?
But it looked like snow, right? Look at it. That's how much hail came down from the sky. You had these cars and trucks on the highway sliding like they was doing a drift. Now, people that was in Arizona was like, it's maybe because all the little weird shit they were seeing in the sky. Like something was going across the sky. If y'all know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to understand, how do you go from 98 to 100 degrees to fucking ice falling out the sky? Make it make sense. Wow. You might as well say it's a snowstorm.
Fucking snowstorm in the middle of Arizona, right?
That's
This
how
is
much
November,
ice is
y'all. It's
falling.
still
It look
like
like snow, fool.
80 degrees
This
out
shit
there.
crazy. This is not regular, and this is not normal, y'all.
You already knew the truth, didn't you? That our whole city's actually inside a giant spaceship.
That's correct. The military's known for quite a while. But it's not the military that's been hiding all of this. Bahamut is the one who didn't want us to know.
Yeah, Bahamut. What the hell is that thing?
A computer. One that's been secretly controlling everything the human race sees and hears since before we were born. It's manipulated us so skillfully that we've never realized the truth, which is that the city we live in is actually part of a giant spaceship. All of this so that except for an elite few, the populace would be blissfully living in an illusion of the perfect world. Or rather, the perfect prison.
So everything else, the rest of the world exists only in the computer.
And the time we think we live in is 5 centuries past.
5 centuries? No.
Makes sense. Now, I'm gonna school you on something else. And this goes for everybody out there who's listening. See, all of this stuff is invisible, but it's in plain sight.
Willie D Live.
Right.
When someone dies in your family, okay, this is so undetected, untracked. Nobody even thought of this. They tell you you're there, your family member takes their last breath in a hospital. You don't know if they were organ donors or not. And they take the body to the morgue. I'm not saying all morgues, but some people that work for the morgues are on the black market.
Yep.
They're
A
in
lot
that
of money
industry.
in that.
Nobody, when the body gets to the funeral home, it's very rare that the family member goes in the embalming room and look to see if all of the skin or the heart or lungs or liver or eyes or whatever are still attached to their loved one. The deal has been made from the hospital to whoever picks up the body to the funeral home, and all funeral homes are not certified and legit. Especially individuals who are what you want to call the throwaways, no family members, the ones that just get put in a potter's field or a mass, they're going to be cremated. Nobody ever checked for any of those bodies to see if all of their skin or organs or any of those things were still with that person. That's undetected, under the radar money. In the hundreds of millions that go up to the billions of dollars. Most people don't even know that when your loved one, after they're embalmed, they're putting they are inside of a plastic bag that zips up, and then they put the clothes on top of that body that prepare them for viewing. So it's very hard to track that. The closest way of tracking it is when we are able to find out morticians who are unlicensed, are operating illegal funeral home services, or prey on the people who don't have a lot of money to have these funerals. Population that gets targeted are drug addicts, prostitutes who are disconnected from family, or some of them don't have family. It's just unclaimed funds that they are just raking in. And you don't even, but you still have to have somebody.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe too when you go to the cemetery and do the burial and all that, that family members are not allowed to stay there to see the burial, right? Am I wrong with that, or is that true? You're not allowed to stick around for the whole, the closing of everything, right?
So if Bitcoin is associated to Epstein and there's data attached to Bitcoin, and that is why Bitcoin takes so long to move, what if the files
Sounds like copyright.
What if the files are inside and what is cryptography, right? Why can you not reverse a Bitcoin transaction? Because it's saved on every computer that has ever came in contact, correct?
What's my Bitcoin at? Let's see. I know crypto's doing bad right now.
What if every computer has a little bit of the Epstein file in it? And Epstein knew that if he was a double agent, this would be the only way he would protect himself. Bro, it has to be. Am I tweaking? Chat, am I tweaking? I'm sorry. I haven't slept. You see the bags under my eyes. Am I tweaking? Because if Bitcoin, right, store of value, right? What the fuck is Bitcoin? Right? What is it? No one can answer it. No one can genuinely answer it. It's cryptography. We understand that. But what gives it value? Because it's a deflationary, whatever the fuck we be always saying. What genuinely gives it value? Us, correct? Because Bitcoin used to be what, $10 fucking dollars? Is this what they mean by Bitcoin is gonna go to zero?
They say it.
Is
People
this why
want it.
they're trying to force us over to crypto? I'm not trying to get banned. But it's starting to make sense. It's starting to make sense.
There's a video. I should have put it on today. I forgot, but I think his name's David Pena. That old dude that's always yelling at people. There is a clip that resurfaced of him talking about Bitcoin, and he said he'll never get involved with it because he knows who's involved with it. And there's a lot of people that come out and say, they go on these podcasts, these financial podcasts talking about, Bitcoin is going to go to zero. So I don't know. Crypto market right now is not doing good too. So I don't understand this. I know my neighbor, he's like an evil dude. I don't like the guy, but he's got like 3 of these things in his yard right now.
Massive news for the unemployed gamers. GameStop have just announced their first ever trade-in anything day, where you don't need money, you simply need to trade in any personal belongings and they will give you back store credit. How does this not end in catastrophe? Now, the company has always had a trade-in system for old games and consoles, but on the 6th of December, if it can fit into a box of this size, they'll take anything. Or maybe not quite everything, because there's a couple of very specific items that they won't take, including ammos, weapons, dead or alive animals, however, taxidermied animals are okay, drugs, sexual and explicit items, hazardous waste, I think you get the point. Now, what GameStop is going to be doing with all of these random items, or how they will value these items, is completely unknown.
Human race is gone.
Pawn shop.
Mind blowing. Man is living in 2027
Okay,
and
so
says
I found
human
this,
race is gone.
And I don't look. Part of me thinks it's a marketing stunt, but
Everyone's found this kid on TikTok who claims he's stuck in the year 2027 after he got COVID. He said he's stuck alone in 2027. He can't find another person, but he can still upload to TikTok. And now he's uploading videos of him like in popular areas and it's empty. And it's areas that movie companies pay millions of dollars to empty out. Basically, like if I was to go to Times Square and there's no one there during rush hour, how did I film it? And this TikTok account where this kid is posting from has millions of followers now, and no one can find the kid. Like they're telling him to go to these coordinates. Like one person wrote, this restaurant's open 24 hours a day. All my friends are there all the time. Just go there at this time. And the kid goes there and there's no one there. Like no one can get to this person and this person can't find anyone else.
What? That's mind-blowing.
And people are saying, is it a glitch in the Matrix or is it like some kind of stunt? But even if it's a stunt, it's $1 million budget. And like he's answering questions and uploading. At one point they say, go to a grocery store and pick up random items and show the expiration dates. And all the expiration dates in this grocery store that's empty say March 30th, 2027. So this kid might be stuck in a different year. He got COVID and then he woke up in the hospital and no one's in the hospital. And he just left. And now he's just stuck in a different year and he can't find a human.
His videos blow up the entire internet and the minds of all scientists. For example, here he is walking in the most guarded place in the USA, namely in the White House, and already here he is in a hidden library under the Vatican, where an ordinary TikToker would definitely not be allowed. And in general, in his videos, he walks around various crowded places. For example, he has been to the Eiffel Tower, at football stadiums, at the Leaning Tower of Pisa, in shopping malls, and even in the Louvre, where he took a painting with the Mona Lisa for himself. But in his videos, he continues to remain the one and only person. But how is that even possible? You probably guessed that this is the same Javier, with more than 10 million of an audience. But his story is not just a mystery, but an entire tragedy. He claims that as a result of a failed experiment, he woke up in the year 2027 and realized that he was the only person on the entire planet. But the strange thing here is that every one of his published videos ends up in our time. And to finally prove that he's not lying, he decided to do a live broadcast where he went into Area 51. Then he showed an empty Russia and walked across Red Square, which is visited by hundreds of thousands of people every day, but he was alone.
It's a man on here that's saying that he's stuck in the year 2027. So this man named Javier has people convinced that he is living in the year 2027. He's documenting everything that he does with nobody around. So what happened is, he's saying that he woke up in a bed by himself in the year 2027. And I know you're saying, woke up in a bed by himself. 2027, he had COVID in 2021. He was in a hospital. He woke up in a bed by himself in 2027. Mind you, if you jump down that rabbit hole and you look at them videos, you will see that everything adds up. This man is in a city by himself. This man is everywhere by himself. He is in places that you cannot be by yourself. He was in Times Square. Empty. This man is all over the world. Empty. Nobody but him. Now I say to myself, how is that shit even possible? Mind you, listen, Hollywood studios can't even clear shit out without a permit. How is he doing it? The first thing people do when they don't understand shit, what they say, it's AI. But
that's what I was thinking.
So before AI was clicking, he was doing this. He's been on this app for a minute by himself, saying that he was by himself in 2027. Mind you, this man is answering comments on TikTok. He's answering comments on other social media platforms. And people continuously ask him, well, how you got a internet connection? And you're like, yo, I'm guessing that 2021, 2027 has some sort of connection. He don't even know that it's 2025 right now. Basically, he's saying the whole world is empty and there's nobody in 2027 but him. Now tell me you believe that shit. If you do, jump in the comments. If you don't, jump in the comments. Let me know what you know about this shit. This shit's wild, right? I'm out.
No, I was thinking AI. That's what I was thinking. Like this, they always say you figure out AI, you can become a millionaire, right? And that's what he's doing. He's an expert at AI. But going live, people telling him to go here and pick this up and look at the expiration date. And what do you guys think, y'all? What do you think? Let me know down below.
What's up, guys? Once again, happy Harry Hard On. We're talking about something that came up in the comment section on one of my last videos, talking about the Riverside Middle School devil tunnels. I did a little bit of research and I found some information, and it's interesting because I thought I was the only one that had ever heard of these things growing up. And it's strange because it's kind of like a progression of things. Growing up, I heard about the alleged satanic rituals that would go on in the Cedar Grove area. I am originally from that area.
Waking up.
That especially around Halloween time, if you went through the ditches and canals that surround Cedar Grove, you'd find access points into these tunnels. And inside these tunnels, you'd sometimes find the remnants of satanic rituals, animal bones, black candles, pentagrams drawn in paint on the wall, or blood. We were always told to take care of our pets around Halloween because they seemed to have a tendency of disappearing during that time. And people called it Satanism then because fear needs a name. In the end, it was just something that mothers used to scare their kids, especially before the age of the internet and cell phones. But the secret is a little bit darker than that. There is an interconnected tunnel system that runs below a lot of the neighborhood. And apparently the access point is somewhere beneath Riverside Middle School. And although there's no shortage of paranormal activity in the area, there is some truth to the whole ritualistic thing because the cartels supposedly use the tunnels as a way to cross the river and hide storages of drugs. And what better way to control the population than to feed them fear? There was also rumors that the Santa Muerte cults began popping up in the area as well. And you gotta remember, this was all in the late 80s and early 90s. And apparently right now, if you travel through that area, there are a lot of stash houses. A lot of houses that seem very questionable. And the fear begins to feed itself. Make sure not to cross this path when you're walking your dog, or listen to the radio in this area. You might catch the chatter of voices on clear nights. So I ask you, is it ghosts? Is it Satan? Or is it just humanity? Because in the end, humans are actually the scariest things of all. I'll catch you next time. Excelsior!
BlackBerry did not fail. They were shut down. Watch this.
Fully encrypted two-way messaging that is absolutely inaccessible by anyone, including us. It is untrackable, untraceable, unhackable.
This is why they shut it down.
It's texting.
No. Do you know how much it costs to send a text message?
Yeah. 10 cents, and the network gets every penny. We're never going to see that money. Right, but these texts are sent via data. So, behind the network's back. This really is unlimited free texting. Only on BlackBerry. Fuck yes.
BlackBerry was the ultimate FU type of phone. The government didn't like this, so they shut it down. As always, thank you for watching. Stay weird.
Kim Kardashian's latest post is a perfect example of how we're witnessing the death of celebrity culture. And it's so fascinating how very few people truly understand the phase of social media that we're now in, because I've seen large brands and companies have to completely scramble, even though they've been around for decades, to find a way to actually relate with an audience online, because people are just tired of this shit. So many people are burnt out and the economy has changed, and we're in a phase of internet culture and commerce where people just want to feel like you're a real person and you're not bullshitting. It doesn't matter if you're like a mega billionaire star. No one cares. They just want to know that you're relatable. There's a certain portion of the internet now that is growing much more skeptical of people who are overly polished and just flexing a lifestyle and looking good all of the time, to the point now where Kim Kardashian basically has to fake relatability. And I've worked with clients who are multimillionaires and they would start a business when they were 18 and sell it for millions of dollars. And I'm like, dude, your story is not relatable at all. You need to talk about your divorce and just keep it real.
So y'all still think we alone? Have y'all seen the video floating around of the sun that looks like an eye in the sky in the Middle East? I don't know what country it's in. I just know it's in the Middle East, and the eye looks just like a human eye, y'all. So I'm talking about, it's mind-blowing. I just saw the video 5 minutes ago. Get on here and type in eye in the sky in the Middle East, and your mind is about to be blown. I'm telling you, look, whatever you're thinking about aliens and UFOs, I think is bigger than that. The sun, that's somebody's eye. Make it make sense. It's like somebody is watching us the whole time. When you see it, go ahead and get ready. Your mind is about to get blown, man. Make it make sense, y'all. We are not alone. Now I'm starting to believe all of our actions are prompted. Like, make it make sense, y'all. It's crazy. Type in eye in the sky in the Middle East. I don't know what country it's in, but it's mind blowing.
So a number of remote viewers have remote viewed the year 2050.
Mm-hmm.
One group was led by Stefan Schwartz, and Lynn Buchanan also did the same project of remote viewing the world in 2050. And other people as well, but these are two very prominent ones. And they all say that there's going to be a catastrophic, precipitous sea level rise. Not the kind of sea level rise you expect like a few feet from global warming or whatever, climate change. No. And not just a tsunami like you would expect a permanent sea level rise of between 200 to 300 feet. Meaning every coastal city in the world is going to go underwater by 2050. Every coastal city in the world. That would affect about 4 billion people.
But I don't know. There are all these predictions in UFO space around 2027.
I'm just telling you, the remote viewers all see this.
Yeah.
They see that all the coastal areas of the world have gone deep underwater.
The missing Mexican model that warned us about cannibalism. So you've probably seen that viral video of a Mexican model screaming, claiming that she's seen people eating people, right? Well guys, this is way darker than it is. Part 1. The Incident. Back in 2009, a woman identified as Gabriela Rico Jimenez ran into a luxury hotel in Monterrey, Mexico, freaking out. She claimed that certain people were doing horrible things behind closed doors. Now, this line is what went viral. She claimed, "Se comieron a una persona," they ate a person, which absolutely horrified the internet. She looked terrified, like if she had seen something that she wasn't supposed to see. Part 2. The Theories. The video was buried for years until it popped up again in 2024, and people freaked out because they claimed that she exposed elite cannibalism like secret cult parties and other secret societies. The creepy part is that no one could confirm what happened to her after that day. Some people believe that she vanished, others think she went into custody, and others think she just disappeared from the face of the earth, which is suspicious, right? Till this day, there's nothing about her. You can't find her anywhere. What do you guys think?
What movie you know about Africa and you don't see no black love in it? You don't see no woman with a child. You didn't see a single woman with a child in Black Panther. Because they have a gay agenda for Africa. Remember, Barack Obama and Kamala Harris went to Africa telling African heads of state that if you don't make gay marriage legal, you're going to cut off all your financial.
That was a whole big old thing on that.
But it's not homosexuality for the purpose of homosexuality. It's homosexuality for the purpose of stopping reproduction. Have you ever heard of Global 2000?
No.
Global 2000 was a presidential initiative. I think it was signed by Jimmy Carter, who was a CFR, Council on Foreign Relations, Jimmy Carter, which means Rockefeller. They wanted to reduce the global population of African people down to about 500 million by the year 2000. They didn't get it. That's why they came up with COVID, poor health care, mass incarceration, and the LGBTQ weapon. The reason they're teaching that stuff to our kids has nothing to do with homosexuality. It's birth control. Birth control. If I teach black boys to only date black boys, and if I teach black girls to only date black girls, no more black people. Checkmate.
Rihanna is spotted here with Michelle Lamy, and just pay very close attention to how they treat this woman. Shortly after, this is her backstage of A$AP Rocky, and this woman has deep connections with every single celebrity. I mean, many pictures and videos of her and Usher, Kim Kardashian, Migos, Kanye West, A$AP Rocky, whatever, you name it, almost every single celebrity. But who is this woman? You look her up, it says she's a fashion designer, filmmaker, producer, whatever. But she's also married to Rick Owens, and now we're getting warmer. If you know anything about Rick Owens, he's known as the Dark Lord of fashion. Now, if this woman is married to the Lord of Darkness when it comes to fashion, and she's a fashion designer, This is literally her wearing his head. You start wondering, what is she doing with all these artists? Surely it can't be all fashion, right? And then you see pictures of her with Rina Abramovich, which is outspoken for her art, but also her spirit cooking. All I'm saying is be aware of what's really going on and do your own research.
So tell us some more wild things you've seen at a party with rappers and celebrities.
You know, like rich dudes will offer other guys money for fellatio, and some of them will do it. So that's why I start branching off from that world. Like, I'm not into that. Like, I don't want to be associated with it. You know, somebody will lose their life playing with me and the guys like that. And you know, that's why a lot of times I would be outside in the car while they inside these parties. Because like, if it get dangerous, let me know. I'm gonna come in and demonstrate. But like, other than that, I'm not trying to party with y'all. You feel me? And I never really looked up to no celebrities. Like, I like being with my homies. My homies are celebrities to me. Like, I never really looked up to none of them like that. You feel me? Like, cause growing up, like in the street, like all of the gangster guys I knew always said that community is for rainbow people. They always looked at it like that,
Right.
and they was correct. They was correct.
Right. You've actually worked with Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, for sure.
How was that?
That was just a couple night thing. You feel me? He was in town in Chicago. Somebody called me. They say, yeah, the champ need a guy with him for a couple nights. And yeah, I was with the champ. I was with Evander. I sent you that.
Right.
You feel me? That was cool. It was real cool. Like, his fist huge. I'm like, man, this dude, you could tell, bro, like, even at his age, he'd kick your ass, bro. You feel me? Like, he was cool, though. He was smooth, like, humble, laid-back guy. Don't hang out too long. He come mingle, and he go, you know, I ain't gonna say too much, you feel me? But
Right.
smooth guy. Shout out Evander.
You've worked with Lil B, the bass guy.
That's my boy. That's my boy. Yeah, I moved around with him for a nice little minute.
Yeah.
Shout out Lil B. Now, that's one person I seen, like, real famous, bro, like cult fan base. Like,
Yeah.
like when they knew he was coming, or when they see him out, they worship the ground that man walk on, bro. And he was humble too, like, and he gave me a lot of game though. Like, he was a smooth guy. Shout out my boy Lil B.
Right. Have you ever done any work with MMG?
Yeah. So, you know, I was Rocky Fresh bodyguard when he was signed to Rose. You feel me? You know, was outside with him for a nice little minute. You feel me? Like, when they was having problems, like with the GDs and stuff like that, you know, me and Dugar, we had to be frontline and like make sure things was smooth. You know, shout out Rocky, always made sure I was good. Red carpet treatment at all times, bro. Shout out my boy Rocky Fresh. I miss my boy. Shout out Rocky.
The idea of tree knocking sound being portal opening up, to just touch on that a little bit more, there is this whole shamanistic view of trees that should be considered as well. Trees being portals. I reached out to Patrick, who was on the show not too long ago. His daughter, Patrick and Patty, came down from Canada, and they gave me like a 3.5 hour recording. And I just loved that family. They're former shamans, and he was deep in it. He texted this like long breakdown of trees to me when I asked him about trees. So it's like, I like trees. I was like, what do you think about trees? Well, and then it's just like, he answered my questions because like, I knew there was something more to trees than just paper, right?
Absolutely.
And you hear about people talking about Bigfoot manifesting out of trees or manifesting into trees. And that's all that woo-woo stuff, but welcome to my world,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
But when it comes to the shamans, they believed, if I remember correctly, it's something like this, that they believe that you can travel between realms through trees because the tree roots stem to the underworld. The tree trunk is of this realm, and the branches and leaves reach to the heavens. So it's like your highway. And so if
makes a lot of
they're
sense.
using that to travel, it's not this physical tree that they're traveling with. It's this spiritual existence that's overlapping this metaphysical existence with our physical. And I don't understand how it all works, but if there is that aspect of shamanism, traveling into other realms, other layers of existence, heaven, second heaven, utilizing that methodology, could there be entities in other realms that come here through the same methodology? And if they're coming through trees, does it make a whop sound when they come through?
Waking up, I'll tell you that, because most of the people, they ain't never gonna wake up. They ain't woke, they ain't never gonna wake up. And once you do, and you go down certain rabbit holes and you get certain information, and then you got to come back around, the people that still sleep, that's probably the most frustrating shit ever. Is now you are aware, damn, this fake, this fake, this fake. The world is a stage. That the life that I'm living essentially is fake. They're giving us money that they made up, taking our time that we never get back just to pay them the money that they made up for things that was already here before they even existed.
It's
It's like,
it's damn near a
you
gift.
know what I'm
It's damn near a gift and a curse. It's a gift because you're aware, but it's a curse because you're too aware. You're aware of everything, and it's like you see people that's just jolly walking down the street, just regular, like
don't care about nothing. They don't even know they get no Vaseline.
Exactly,
They're happy as hell. Like,
you ain't got no worries, and it damn near if you're not able to manage your mind right, that you see why I understand why some of these people, these celebrities and stuff, they end up going crazy because they too aware of everything that's going on behind the curtain.
Oh, that's why they be having the mental breakdowns, because they see shit behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly. They in too deep.
It's probably too the feeling of wanting to do something right, but not being able to get enough people or have enough resources to really make some shit shake. Where it's like,
there's a place called Amurumuru, which is this T-shaped doorway cut on the hillside of sandstone on the edge of Lake Titicaca. And the last time I was there with the group, only a few days before, someone had literally been sucked into the portal, disappeared, and they had to find a police report because the guy was missing at the hotel, and they had to account for why one of the people in the group was missing. And my guide there, he's very aware of what goes on in that portal, and even he doesn't go there anywhere near this place after the sun starts going down. And even I'm picking up on it as I'm there with him. And I said, no, let's come back in the morning. I feel like I'm being sucked into this thing. So either there's a teaching associated with it, or it's a vibrational element that helps you connect with the other world. And in this case, it's both. It's a place of teaching, and it's also a telluric current that flows through that shape. And under certain conditions, it will suck people in there. And they come back a couple of days later, very dazed and confused, as this guy did.
Chicago hides something most people never notice, but once you see them, you can't unsee them. High above the streets, perched on rooftops, frozen in stone, are the gargoyles of Chicago. But these aren't just decorations. Locals swear they've seen them move. On cold nights, cab drivers in downtown report the same thing. A heavy thud on the roof of their cars, like something just landed. When they look up, just a gargoyle staring down at them. Its stone eyes suddenly in a different position. There's one on the Tribune Tower that's especially infamous. Security guards say they sometimes hear scratching on the windows from the 34th floor. When they check the cameras, something wind flashes in the darkness, and the gargoyle outside looks like it's turned its head. And then there's a creepy legend from the University of Chicago. Students claim a gargoyle near the library disappears for days at a time. They swear the pedestal is empty until sunrise, when it returns, covered in dew, like it flew back. So next time you're walking in Chicago, look up. If you feel something watching you, it might not be your imagination. This is Hella Scary Stories, and if you enjoy my spooky content, please support me by hitting that follow button, liking, sharing, and commenting. Thank you so much.
They honestly didn't build anything, just a bunch of founders. Thank you. Follow me for more.
Simple.
As far as a Bigfoot being interdimensional, I'm not sure they all are, but I think that the ones that we dealt with in the Sierra Nevada mountains of California have such an advanced vocal mechanism. I mean, there's times when we thought our camp was being tore apart outside. We look out there and nothing's changed. The barrels were there that we hauled in our mules. All our canned goods were still there that we hauled in. Nothing changed. Well, how do you explain that in classical science? You can't. So there's just things going on. There's lights. We've seen what we thought was a UFO. I did up there one time. You hear sounds up there that just don't have an answer to them, and not in classical science anyways. What I think they can do with their very advanced vocal mechanism is I think they can create a frequency that will cause them to go out of our visual perception, and that would cause them to, in our eyes anyway, disappear. Are they going out of our dimension into the fifth dimension? Fourth dimension of time? Maybe they're seen as a ghost, like some people see ghosts in the fourth dimension. You know, they're time because they're trapped in there. Are they going through that in a plasma field? Is that what the cloaking thing, the predator look that they call it? Could it be that they're going into their fifth dimension, where I think that's why you don't find bodies? That's why they're not found by classical science, and academia just can't handle that because it's outside their paradigm. It's outside of their disciplines.
If this photo is real, we have serious problems. This is the clearest picture of a werewolf / dogman type creature that you may ever see. Werewolves or dogmen are things that we thought just lived in Hollywood, on the big screens and in horror movies. But recently, people have claimed to have captured and seen these elusive creatures. The bigger question now is not are they real, but what are they? I'm not saying they're Hollywood type creatures where you have to use a silver bullet, but many believe these things originated in laboratories and then things went wrong. Check this out. Let me know in the comments, what do you think it is? And mind you, this picture is about 15 or 16 years old, so it ain't best quality, but the image is very clear. Have a great day.
Like, it's so crazy. We just saw on that Horizon City, whatever that was, far west Texas. And then we got this guy in the Appalachian, far east America. And the stories align, right? Like, there's something to these things. There's something to them that connect. There's just connections everywhere with the Ant-Man, with Bigfoot, with all these things. Like, there's always connections with ancient times to now. Stories still same thing. Like, it's kind of crazy to think about.
God bless.
Wait, it's moving. Copy. Back up. Crab's leaving the wreck, heading to starboard. Dust cloud coming in.
Still getting good feed. Look at the size of that thing.
Oh, this thing is so crazy, y'all. We don't even know. We don't even know what's down there. Look at that jellyfish.
Still spinning faster than before.
Keeping distance. That glow's pulsing like a heartbeat.
Recording steady. We won't get any closer.
I mean, they literally have teeth on their tongue. It's such an incredible killing
Can we
machine.
get a picture of that?
Tiger teeth tongue?
Yeah. Tiger
Yeah.
teeth tongue's good.
Just like your, like when a cat licks your finger and you feel that little rough texture. When a tiger licks your finger, the skin comes off.
Chris, you're doing a great job filling in today. This was a tough one to get.
Yeah,
fill in
there's
for.
a lot of visuals with this stuff.
Big shout out to Chris because Alessi's out in Colorado. Holy shit!
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't know it was that. Oh, it even hurts on the way down.
No, I mean they are so perfectly made for killing. Their teeth, their claws, their tongue.
Mermaids do not just live in the oceans. Let's talk about it. So I've been seeing a lot of people on my recent videos when I talk about the mermaids that was in a dam or in a river in Zimbabwe. And a lot of people is like, well, Zimbabwe is landlocked. How can these mermaids be there? There's no sea. Well, they don't have to just inhabit the sea. Mermaids can live in any natural waters, which includes rivers, lakes, springs, dams. If you want to be honest, I've heard more stories about these mermaids being in the rivers than in the sea, if you want to be honest, especially in these different African countries and Caribbean places. Like in Jamaica, they call them river mama. And a lots of the different stories that I've heard from my followers and just people around and that I've looked into, everyone that I know is always talking about like people getting abducted by the river when they're going to wash their clothes or they're getting water and stuff like that, and the mermaids abduct them. Yeah, they are in the sea, but like I said, mermaids are everywhere. They're any natural bodies of water. No, they can't be in a man-made lake or a man-made pond or river. Anything that's a natural body of water, they can be in. And there's just too many stories to not believe this. Like too many stories around the world that adds up perfectly. People that have no connection to each other have very similar stories about these mermaid creatures. Every culture has some type of mermaid legend or lore. And y'all still don't believe it? Like, oh, we didn't see dinosaurs, but they're real. I know there's skeletons and remains and people that has talked about it, but same thing with these mermaids. Like, to lots of people, they're really not mythical creatures. They're just creatures. But let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Sketchy ass ramp they're going down. No steel-toe boots. Wearing flip-flops. Different breed, y'all. Different breed. No hard hat. They have no hard hat. They're going down flip-flops, no socks, no steel-toe boots, no reflecting vests. That's just a different breed other places, y'all. No OSHA, no safety. Just flip-flops. No hard hat. That's crazy. No gloves. Fucking old school. All right, family. There you have today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys had a little laugh at the end of the video with me. Made it this far, you know what to do. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Nothing going on. I got baby duty today, right? Mama Bear's off all next week for Thanksgiving, right? She's taking the week off. So we should be pretty consistent with these videos, y'all. Pretty consistent with the diet. The diet's been going good. Yesterday, I ate some carnivore pizza. Well, I'll call it keto pizza because I still put pizza sauce. That was really the only thing I put on there that, you know, but I ate a lot of cheese with it, right? And I noticed that I didn't drop. That's the thing I'm feeling with this carnivore. I'm like, you know what? Today I want to test it without all the cheese because I gained an ounce, right? I gained an ounce. So I didn't really gain a lot, but I gained an ounce. So I'm like, I'm going to eat pretty damn clean today, right? I'm going to go downstairs, eat some chorizo and eggs. Lunch is going to be some chicken drumsticks and a burger. And then dinner, we got some country style ribs. Mama Bear will put some barbecue sauce on there, but I'm just going to use like the, you know, all the fat and grease and put it on top of the ribs, right? And I'm anxious to see, you know, if I drop, you know, because in the beginning, honestly, I was doing like more keto, but carnivore, right? Kind of dirty carnivore. You know, but I'm feeling it this time. I feel like it clicked. I feel like it clicked like the alcohol clicked with me. Like when I quit drinking alcohol, I didn't have no willpower. I didn't have none of that. When I was trying to use willpower, I had no willpower. When I quit drinking alcohol, I don't know what happened. It just disappeared out of my life. The cravings just went away, right? They just went away. For I don't even know how long I haven't drank. 5, 6, 7 years. I haven't craved alcohol once in those times, and I always craved it. And I feel like this time with the food, I feel like, I don't know. Yesterday's usually the day where I'm like, I'm going to get something to eat. I don't got the baby. I'm home all day. I could just chill. I'm going to get something. I'm going to get a pizza. I'm going to get something, right? I didn't even have that thought. Today, I'm focused. I'm energized. I'm ready to eat clean, y'all. So I'm hoping this time it clicked because I know when I get this eating down, we're going to that next level, y'all. So hope everyone out there is having a good Friday evening. Hope you enjoyed today's content. I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully I can make breakfast before he wakes up. I doubt it because I still got to edit this and put it up. But this is Segovia. I'm signing out of the man cave. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.